Hello, 8th grade algebra students. Here are 3.3 guiding notes. We are solving inequalities this time by multiplying or dividing. Make sure you're putting your name at the top of your paper. That way you receive credit for your work. And that way you can get credit for the hard work that you're putting in for this class. Again, we're going to solve a linear inequality with one variable. We're going to graph it and solve for each inequality as well. In our first problem here, we just have a simple 5x is less than or equal to negative 20. We're going to solve these types of problems just the same as we would with an algebraic equation with an equal sign. We're going to just simply undo the multiplication with division. We're undoing it. I'm left with x is less than or equal, or is less than negative 4. Again, I'm going to just graph this right now real quick here. Open circle. X is less than, so it's going to go to the left. L less and left are the same. Start with an L. We're going to have problems like this here that involve some division. I'm going to undo the division that's happening here with some multiplication. Those cancel. 0.5 times 4. I know 4 times 5 gives me 20. So instead of 20, it's just going to be a 2 since it's a place value less. This is my solution that I have here. I can go ahead and graph it as 2 is greater than or equal to y. 2, 3, and 1. My circle is filled in. I can know that my y is less than or equal to, again, L's means to the left. Go down here to the bottom. 10x is greater than 100. Again, just simple division. That's going to undo the multiplication that's happening here. These cancel out. I'm left with x is greater than 10. Let's put this here, 10, 9, and 11. X has to be greater. Greater does not start with an L, so we're going to the right. Greater has an R in it. Think about it that way too, whatever works in your brain. It's open because we don't have an equals, greater than or equal to sign. If you flip your page in your packet, we are going to talk about what happens when we have a negative number. Okay? In inequalities, when we have a negative number, like this negative 4, these are going to be special. Okay, you can put little stars here, little happy faces, whatever you want to signify that this is going to be a special problem here. I have negative 4 times x is less than 12. Now what needs to be happening here, again, I'm just going to be undoing the multiplication with division here. That's fine. We can go across that same process just like we normally would. And get negative 3. But what needs to happen when that occurs is this sign here needs to flip. We need to flip the sign. And when we flip that sign, it's just going to go the opposite way, just as if it was mirrored. So it's actually going to become x is greater than negative 3. And the reason that we are doing that is because we are dividing or multiplying by a negative number, so it's impacting the inequality in a way that we need to flip the sign. So we can solve it just like normal. We just have to remember that we need to flip the sign in these situations. And then we can graph it all the same when we go ahead to graph. Again, x is greater than has the R in it, goes to the right. Again, down here, we have negative 1 is greater than or equal to w divided by negative 4. I'm going to undo the division with multiplying. These cancel. I know a negative times a negative is going to give me a positive. 1 times 4 is 4. I flip my sign. And it's going to be the other way. 4 is less than or equal to w. We have 4, we have 3, 5. Our circle's filled in. W is larger than 4, greater than or equal to 4. That's why I have a filled in circle. That's why it's going to the right. We can also do these same types of problems with a consumer application with multiplication and division inequalities. Angela has a $25 gift certificate to a movie rental website where a movie costs $4.50. What are the possible numbers of movies that Angela can rent and pay for with the gift certificate? We know that she has $25. That's the most that she can spend. So at most, or at equal to, it has to be $25. Okay. So she can spend less than or equal to $25. This is a way we can say that. So we know that each movie costs $4.50. And we can multiply by the number of movies. We'll just use M for movies. Okay. I'm going to solve for my M, or for my movies in this situation, by dividing by 4.5. You can add the 0 if you would like. When I get this, I end up with M is less than or equal to, if I do 25 divided by 4.5, I get 5.5 repeating. Now, when Angela is renting a movie, she's not going to rent out half of a movie. Okay, the website's not going to allow her to rent half of a movie. It's not going to allow her to rent a quarter of a movie or anything like that. So we can say that M has to be less than or equal to 5 if we want to be a little bit more precise. Okay, so the number of movies that she can rent total are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0 movies. Okay, these are the different number of movies that she can rent total with that gift certificate. She can't rent a half of a movie. It just doesn't work that way. It's just like you can't buy half of a banana at a store. Okay. If we look at our practice problems for today, you have some straightforward 1 through 4 problems, and then 1 through 8 are going to be pretty straightforward as well, making sure that you're paying attention that if you are dividing or multiplying by a negative, that you are flipping that inequality sign. Then I gave some application-based problems as well, one for Joe and one for Sarah, as a 9 and 10 for to be completed. Please make sure you're putting your name at the top of your packet right here, and then that goes back to school on December 14th for that material swap to occur. That's going to be an important one, as it's going to be one of our last ones for the quarter and the last ones before our winter break. I don't want you to have to worry about anything over our winter break as well, so it's better to stay on track with your assignments and stay up to date with them. If you get lost, confused, whatever it may be, make sure you're referring to the video directions. If you're confused on the practice problems, make sure you're reaching out to Mr. Anderson via the Google Meets. I stay in class the entire time, and then you can ask questions that way. If it's outside class hours, make sure to send me an email. I can help you best as I can. Thanks, guys.